Why, hello. Freaking Prius. Welcome back, everybody, to NACL. We're back in here for game number 2, and coming out with, we're coming off of that third win there for Team 8 over C9T. Anything can happen, and that's something that we've been wondering for a while for both of these upcoming teams. The Super Team NA will be taking on Email Support. Both teams winless for the longest time in NACL, but both in last week actually finding their first win of NACL. So coming into today's games, one of these teams is walking away with their second win of the season.
They don't want to be in last place anymore.
Yeah, it's been a rough season. Let's put it that way. Email Support at 1-7, Super Team NA at 1-6, and both teams coming into tonight's. Oh, that's right, 1-8. Yeah,
Oh,
I went the other direction. Yeah, so neither one of these teams having a good time so far this season, but like I said, second win. It's on the line.
All right, and the band's coming through. We're going to see a Mumu and Renekton.
All right, there.
Elise. And we're going to most likely see Cassidy, but
you know, there's going to be a Cassidy, yeah, and there you go. Banning that out. Your crystal ball's all nice and shiny. I want to see Karthus ban. Azingi hasn't pulled out that Karthus in a while, and maybe it's just that his team won't let him anymore. I still think it's that. There you go. So
I felt rack.
Amumu, Karthus, they're both banned out towards Azingi. Where's the Fiddlesticks?
He's got a Lee Sin, too.
That's true. And
know.
a Jarvan.
And a Jarvan, yeah, very true. Could whip out the Volibear, trick you G style.
I don't think he's necessarily the Volibear.
Hey,
now,
I think he's going to be really good in the jungle. I feel like people need to play him more, but it's okay. And a Lulu.
I feel like Azingi kind of has to default to the Fiddlesticks pick here for jungle. I think he has one of the more narrow champion pools out here, but like California Trolls, they're all champions that you don't want to ban. Like, who wants to ban out the Meta Golem champions? Like, I'm waiting for that only Shen player to force out some bans on that, but I don't think I know any of those anymore. Rest in peace, Sweet Prince. But Amumu's out.
I forget his name. Whatever.
Really?
Yeah, there's one player I've seen. But it's going to be Caitlyn for High Mecha, going for the safe ADC.
All right.
Lane. And there's a Lee Sin for Zingy, as I predicted. And for the side of Adrian, going to be that Thresh.
Now, you may notice that the players are a little bit out of order. And we specified before we got into this game, hey, you know, we want you to get into the right places, blah, blah, blah. And
lane swaps.
They did this. And with as much as Super Team NA has been lane swapping, they've been putting Chuper. I think they started out with him at AD carry, then they got Echo in there.
Yep.
He went to mid lane, and then Arthalon went up to top. And then Arthalon and Chuper actually lane swapped, both for this game and then for their NACC game as well. Arthalon has a devastating LeBlanc, and without that champion being banned, I can't expect that Super Team NA are just going to like let that one slip. So saving it for last, it's almost certainly going to be a LeBlanc here for Arthalon. At least I'd expect that. Like,
unless Yusui takes it away from him. There's still plenty left open for mid. There's Gragas, there's Nidalee, and LeBlanc, like you keep saying. So we'll wait to see. It's kind of...
Yeah, Nidalee is out there. If Chuper were playing mid, I'd expect the Nidalee. But with Arthalon having had some incredible performances on LeBlanc, I almost feel like they have to go for that. But the next two picks are going to come out here for Email Support. They've actually been favoring, let's see, for Zig, he loves the Lucian. And especially against Caitlyn, it's not a horrible pick. You also have Sivir out there, and with the Sivir Vi comps that have been working out so well, Sivir Shyvana, another good one. Just a lot of move speed, a lot of team buffing in that regard. I actually want to see the Jace here from Yusui. He's called Jace several times, like in pregame chat. He's like, hey guys, no surprise, we're going Jace. And then he actually picks it. Because Jace Sivir, it's like, you start off in your base, you end in their base, and it's only like 10 seconds between that. It's really, really fast movement speed, and hey, Shyvana works very well with that. But Email Support saving their last pick for mid lane.
If it was Galio mid, I'd be very impressed.
I would be very, very sad.
I like Galio. I think the Idle Duran, it's a really good AoE CC.
I think it's probably like the most cancelable spell in the game.
Hey,
only Idol of Duran allows you to... Idol of Duran and Nether Grasp from Malzahar are the only spells that almost cancel themselves. They're like the easiest thing. Like usually you rely on other people to cancel your spells. Those spells allow you to cancel them. So
it's funny when you see Leona get Idle Duran and you're just like, she already popped her Q and you're like, damn it.
Or Udyr, yeah.
Yeah, just Udyr runs into bear stance. Oh man.
Or like Singed, you can buffer up your fling. So you just hit the fling, run in there. You're taunted, but you still get the fling off. So I don't know how that works, but we're looking for the last pick here. The mid lane was actually a Nidalee. So we are going to see that from Arthalon or maybe Chuper, depending on how they swap things up there. versatile from the lineup of Super Team NA, but without really an established player for each of their roles. Whereas email support, they've actually been looking really strong in the early game, but once it gets to 30 minutes, things kind of fall apart.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a rougher time. We're going to see if this Riven mid is going to be a thing here.
Switching it up.
Akali
Yasui
actually is not too bad now. With the limited vision you could have and the pink wards, being killable and not being able to spot them out the level 1 or 2 sweeper lens, you need the Oracle's lens effect to actually spot out someone who isn't stealth. So that could be a pretty interesting pick. It also could go horribly wrong if Akali gets camped out and there is an early pink ward for a gank and she can't shroud. You're going to have a really rough time. But the snowball potential that Akali provides is huge.
Right.
So it's going to be locked in, and we're going to see Yasui with that Akali mid.
Yeah, and the reason he was going for like either Riven or Akali is, you have to be mobile to catch Nidalee.
Yeah.
And that's more of a lane counter idea, but he also provides a lot of safety against the Kha'Zix ganks. When you have that Shroud, Kha'Zix just jumps on in there, and he's like, rawr.
And then he drops a pink ward, and you're like, oh, God.
Okay, well, pink wards are kind of a given when you come to gank Akali. But if he doesn't come with those, there's no way to reveal her in her Shroud. Lee Sin was up, but don't really want to go for that one either. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this game goes, because with the Lee Sin pick for Azingi instead of something crazy like Fiddlesticks, which honestly would have been pretty bad in this team comp, it's going to be interesting to watch the sort of hyper-engaged assassin duo of Yasui and Azingi just kind of run around super mobile and just try to gank people out. But we'll get a chance to do that when we finally get into the game, which will happen in about 3 minutes. Before we do that, we do want to make sure that you guys know where you can follow our sponsors, which is pretty much just right down below the stream. You can check out everything there, including, but not limited to, Loot Crate for $1,337 a month. $1,337.
$1,337.
$13.37. That'd be a really big loot crate, like $1,000 loot crate. Has like all the loot in it, literally every loot.
Every crate shoved into one.
It's a crate within a crate, like a box within a box, filled with locks on the rocks. With a fox.
On the rocks? Okay, whatever.
You can click the Loot Crate and head over to lootcrate.com to see all the cool stuff that you can get inside all of those. And if you want to buy 1,000 of them, go for it. I'm sure we'd all be pretty happy with that. And just thank them for supporting us, esports, and everything else. And other great supporters of esports include Phoenix Collection. You can click on the Phoenix logo right down below the stream and head over to phoenixcollection.com, where you can check out any of their impeccably crafted and immaculately formed gaming peripherals, including mice, keyboards, mouse pads, and headsets, all by clicking the link right down below the screen.
All right, and last but not least, don't forget to check out LOL Class. You get yourself put into a nice little stream environment with a nice chat room that is catered to your needs and your questions, and you're answered by the pros of your choice and on their favorite champion. And in your favorite role, you get taught the most different ways of not solo queue, but you get taught their way
intricacies. Of playing. Yeah. Anything that's like a little bit surprising about the champions or anything cool that you want to know, you get to learn from your favorite players in your favorite roles. So definitely head over to LOL Class by clicking the link right down below the screen. And with that, we are going to head into email support versus Super Team NA, our second game of the day. Don't go anywhere, because we've got that and a whole lot more coming your way, and NACL continues. Whoa, he gets a little scared there. Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2 of the night. Super Team NA, your team in the blue on the left-hand side of your screen, taking on Email Support, a.k.a. the 10th Name Army, and they will be in the red on the right. And getting this game started off, should see relatively safe start from both teams, just kind of spread out. I don't think either one has a really big invade potential, but with not necessarily the early game, but looking on towards mid and late, I don't think either one of these teams are really sort of kite-based. They're both just like, hey, we're going to jump on you and kill you all. Maybe, Arthalon's in Italy a little bit more pokey out there, but still, with a big tank to run in and a lot of follow-through, both of these teams are really going to be wanting this.
All right, man.
He started trap instead of spear, so he's just like, well, could spear you, but just going to drop a trap.
It's a safe for starting into Akali as well, and it secures damage if she does walk over, and it limits her movement as well, so going to be very interesting to see how Yasui plays this lane and how well he gets out of the laning phase, because if Akali can pick up a lane, if she can pick up a kill in lane, we've seen Voyboy do this over and over again where he dives Karthus, Nidalee, LeBlanc. If that Akali can start getting those shadow dashes off and picking up kills, it's going to be horrible for the side of Super Team NA. And Hex Tech Revolver, Hex Tech Gunblade, excuse me, is the final iteration of that. So slowing people, dashing, sustaining forever, you're just going to have a really bad time against Akali.
Well, top lane is Mundo versus Shyvana. And, it's something that Shyvana is kind of designed to do well against, but Dr. Mundo is never somebody you look towards a lot of early game pressure from. He's a big super late game tank, and Hula. The best name NA for the best team NA. Super Team NA. Now down in the bottom lane, looking for that cheese. I feel like it would have been cheese if they had gone to the very end of the second bush, but
that's just going to secure them pretty much, shoving the lane out and trying to get that early level 2, which is what you normally want to do in the bot lane. So
look at that Mark of the Assassin spam against Arthalon. It's finally taking a little bit of a chunk on his health, and with a little bit of additional spell vamp just from that bonus AD, it's nice to see Yasui able to sustain in lane just a little bit, but it's really going to be like the big level 3, level 4, and then of course level 6 is where everything kind of heats up in that mid lane.
Oh, well, that was a nice stun. Actually hit the whole wave and actually hit the Zig there. We're going to see Hayam Echo exert a lot of pressure from this range. He's going to keep the wave over there as long as possible and stop them from auto-attacking. And you see while Hula, he's just outside turret range, keeping the auto-attack pressure in there. Piltover Peacemaker is going to come through all the time when he can, just to keep them a little bit low and poke down as Thresh Sivir, not really the best against Caitlyn and Annie. That range is just such a huge factor. And now the double buffs are picked up by both junglers. We're going to look to see what they want to do. Keep farming or looking for those ganks. While pressure is exerted by Hula. A ton of damage comes through. Echo gets poked out, though. Going to be forced to flash away. We see a Zingy coming in on that minion. But, when your Resonating Strike is down, there's really not much you can do to close distance.
Yeah, there used to be a little bit of a bug with Lee Sin where you could use that Tempest Cripple twice for like a ton of damage, but no bug where you can use that Sonic Wave twice for extra follow-up.
That'd be OP.
So, yeah, it was really rough. I think that bug almost alone was what won Dignitas some of their very first few big tournament wins, put them on the map back when they were rock solid. So it's interesting to talk about, think about like the history of some of these champions, but I'm just saying Sonic Wave Resonating Strike twice would have worked pretty well there.
That'd be pretty fun.
Well, Hula, Hayam Echo, and actually now Adrian gonna get to hit that level 3, and Panzer Dragon right where he needs to be. The counter gank is there, and Hula will be forced to flash out. Ooh. One more auto attack, there's the flash in. Okay, one more, there we go, and it's actually gonna be Zig with first blood now. Gonna turn in on to Hayam Echo. Oh, he gets the last auto attack. There's double buffs and Echo, and the follow-up, it's a double with a Zingy. Stealing away the triple, but 3 kills off of a perfect counter gank at bottom lane. 10th Name Army looking strong.
Alrighty then, a Zingy with the positioning and the timing to counter gank. That one out was perfect. You get double buffs for Sivir, which in lane is going to be so annoying to deal with. And oh man, that was just a beautiful play to chase that one down too. They got all the summoners down. Besides the barrier, Hayam Echo still had that, which was surprising. So saving that for the next fight possibly, but man, what a good start. That is something that you want for the side of Email Support.
Holy cow. All right, well, that's going to do it for the bottom lane. That's pretty much over. 3 assists, and straight up back to base, the old 5-minute BF sword buy, Dan.
Oh, my God. All right, so possibly going to be a 9-minute bloodthirster from that one, if anything.
Say it ain't so. Although there is something to point out as far as those bottom lane builds, Echo has the synergy with both of his swords pointing in the same direction, whereas Zig actually has them pointing in opposite directions. Follower of the Dome Man. Gotta say, looking for some more synergy once he transforms that, of course, into the Bloodthirster. But 2-0 for Zig, about as good as you can get it. And in case you guys are new to watching Email Support, they're a team made up of some of the best sort of one-trick pony and solo queue superstars. But with the temp names out there, it's actually temp name 3005. That is Zig, the former 80 carry for Team Dynamic. And then temp name 0626 is Adrian X Kelsey or Sticky Rice or Silsol, whatever you know that guy by. But it's part of the temp name army down there. And you guys can join the temp name army by hashtagging temp name army on Twitter, showing them some support. They wanted me to let you guys know that that is in fact their official hashtag that their followers can use. Looks like a dragon being started up here as Zingy's going to start to take that one down and finish it. 6-minute dragon.
It's not really worth that much gold
for email support. Well, it's more just the objective.
Yeah,
you take it off the map,
too.
And you get the timing, and hey, more gold is never a bad thing.
Nope, never a bad thing. So, nice job by them. We do have buys coming through. It's going to be the Madred's Razor and Mobility Boots for Zingy, so not going for the Spirit Stone item, which is very interesting. We normally don't ever see Razor, and I'm interested if he's going to finish Wriggle's Lantern, because there are changes coming to that item. Very soon.
Yeah, when you get that super upgrade where you can place wards.
It's Fervor? It's something Fervor. I forget what it's called.
I remember what it's called too. I don't think the name's final either, so it probably will be changed. I remember it sounded a little bit weird.
I want to say Holy Fervor, but that's like...
The idea, that's Kale.
Yeah.
So the idea is that when you upgrade it, you get a ton of bonus stats and the ability to drop wards from like 1,200 range. It's ridiculous how far you can ward with that item, but we'll see how that works out. Yeah, Zingy, this is standard Zingy style. He goes for Madred's Razors for the early easy wave clear, or not wave clear, but jungle strength. And then he buys Boots of Mobility, but BOM...
Feral Blaze.
Feral Blaze. Yeah, like, I don't know why you call it. Is a Blaze an item?
Well, I guess you're going wild in the jungle.
Well, I guess, like... Ooh, Echo? Very close. I was about to finish my sentence, and he gets grabbed, and I'm like, I want to talk, but... I guess, not Wooglets, but Wriggles is a lantern, so maybe the Blaze is the fire in the lantern. I don't know. It's a pretty cool item, and it's a nice idea, but I don't think anything can quite trump the Spirit Stone items right now. I think he's going to use this for early pressure, and hopefully it will be effective, but at the same time, I don't know. He's going for a ton of early game with this item buy, and with Panzer Dragon starting to build up a little bit more of the sort of the late game itemization, might see a little bit more strength later on in the jungle, but for right now, yeah, it's all a Zingy.
And, where are they going to look to gank next? Arthlon has blue buffs. He's going to be able to sustain through the poke Yasui's going to try to pressure him with. He's got the Shadow Dashes too, so just pressuring on that burst damage all over the place, while Echo and Wahula Hula are going to sit back and watch as the first turn of the game goes over to email support. And Chuper up top, we haven't really talked much about it. Dragon Raider kind of has a bit of a CS advantage going towards up into the Ruin King, while the Spectre's Cowl was picked up, and it looks like Pure Visage is going to be his first item. Descendants does connect into Wahula Hula. He goes in with the late pull. We see the box get popped out. The Boomerang Blade comes through. He gets stunned up, though. Kazakhstan on the other side. Flash over the wall, and the Hunt is going to help him run away from this fight, and they will be able to disengage. So a little bit of a good counterplay by Panzer Dragon, but with that Hunt, you just can't catch up to them.
Yeah, that on the Hunt was so good. And actually, now we're going to see the engage here from Yasui jumping in onto Arthalon, but especially when you get low health, melee range is not a place you want to be against in Italy. Now Zingy's going to come in from behind. He's got those boots of mobility, lands the combo, needs one more.
Oh, nice.
He gets the Scoop of Chris, where you start the kickoff, the Dragon's Rage, and then flash to get the kick backwards. That was some incredible Lee Sin play. Zingy styling on Arthalon, taking him down there for the 4th kill of the game on email support.
All right, so nice play by Zingy there, demonstrating what you guys have seen in the YouTube videos, etc. And he is quite the mechanical man on that Lee Sin.
A lot of people give Zingy a lot of flack. There's like, you can only play Karthus, you can only play Fiddlesticks or Amumu, these non-standard junglers, but hey, Lee Sin's about as meta as it gets, and he's pulling off some sick moves. So it's nice to see some technical prowess. Zingy now 100% kill participation, running around the map, making the plays.
And as we see around the map, we're going to look to see Zingy kind of counter-juggling and dropping some aggressive wards on their side. He's got that side stone. He's got another Ruby Crystal. I wonder if he's going to go for a straight Ruby side stone or maybe go for...
Usually you don't see the Ruby side stone upgrade. I'd expect something like a Kindle Gem. It's another very early game itemization or item buy that you can go for, but it doesn't necessarily build into a whole lot for Lee Sin other than maybe Spirit of the Elder or the Ancient Golem if you want to switch things up.
Face of the mountain.
Yeah, that old Face of the mountain, man.
Hey, it's pretty good.
Hey, if Lee Sin has one shield, if you want a second, just try to face the mountain.
Yeah, and it explodes and does damage. Man, what more could you want from a shield? All right, and it looks like the 4-man rotation comes in. They're going to go for the tier 1 in the mid lane and be able to secure it as there's really not much wave clear here from the side of Super Team NA that can respond to that. So good play by email support. They're rotating towards Dragon out, but that's got another minute on it. So get some wards out, drop some pinks, and secure it for the next time.
All right, so with pinks being dropped and the ward coverage being put around that dragon, you can see the first dragon, though it was early, it's still going to set up nicely for the second one here. Those boosts of mobility, look at Zingy. You just can't run from that. He's going to push Arthlon back, force him to use a little bit more of that mana. And the mana usage is actually significant now on Arthlon because he didn't go for that Chalice into Athene's build.
Wow.
He's just straight up bought a needlessly large rod.
I'm not sure about that. But
Yeah, it's a nice item buy when you have 1,600 gold, but you need those early setup items.
You need the mana regen too. That's pretty crazy, but Hi Meko and Wahula Hula waiting on the side. Not
He's got that Wahula Hula hoop around him again.
Whoa.
Oh, Zingy's going in there, looking for the kick on a Panzer
Aw.
Dragon, and there's the flash forcing him back.
All right, so forces it out without even having to use anything crazy. And Dragon spawning in 20 seconds. Gonna look to see when they want to just straight up go for that. Hook doesn't connect to the bottom lane from Adrian, but either way, they're exerting the pressure. Tier 1's down in the mid and bot lanes. One more up top. Dragon Raider possibly going to be able to pick them up very soon, especially with the Cutlass. A lot of damage on him. And where are you going right now, Panzer Dragon? Is he going to look for the flank in the bot lane? It looks like the answer is yes. And shield gets used out, absorbs the stun. Good read out there by Ziggs. But behind them, there is that Kha'Zix leaping in. Going to see the repel? Not the repel. We're going to see the flay in the box, but they're going to turn on the Panzer Dragon here. Is he going to go for it? Lantern pulled. Tibbers is going to stun up Adrian. He's going to use the heal to try to mitigate some of that damage, but it doesn't do that much. And Hi Meko going to be able to pick up that kill. So
first bit of the game for Super Team NA.
Yeah, a little bit of a
Arthlon
overextension there. Arthlon going to get dove out here. Barrier was used. Yasui's going to eat 2 turret shots for his trouble, though. Arthlon maybe going to look to get a little frisky, as he does have blue buff. Can look for another spear at long range, possibly for a kill. Either way, the Dragon up top. You're going to go for the turret, and we'll be able to take it down. Snipe comes out, and Arthlon, are you going to be able to do it? Oh, spear hits the minion, and Yasui will be fine while the Dragon does go down.
And it was all part of Zingy's master plan. He's like, we're going to give away kills, we're going to overextend, but in the end, we're going to get that Dragon. And so that is going to be the second Dragon in a row here for email support, but a very strong push coming in the mid lane as Super Team NA. Looks for the counter. Zingy's going to come in there, gets it onto Echo, but forces that flash out. Man, as Zingy.
He's gotten 3 flashes so far.
Exactly. He's just running around blowing all the summoner spells, and to be honest, he hasn't actually missed a whole lot of those Sonic Wave resonating strikes. Maybe a couple down there in the bottom lane, but still doing very, very well on that champion and helping out the rest of his team by taking all that pressure off the map without flashes.
And looks like we're not going to get blue buff over to Yasui. And if we look around the map, there's on the side of email support, there's 3 people who don't even use mana. And I wonder if they're going to start giving them over to Zig or maybe possibly Adrian, if they want to give him some extra CDR there on the Thresh for more of those death sentences and flays. But the wards have been aggressive. They've been going all over the red side jungle for email support. And Super Team NA really just on the back foot pretty much this entire game.
But the early game has never been what's decided victory or defeat for email support. And in fact, against some of the best teams in NACL, they've actually had really good early games and have been so close every single game to picking up victories. They just haven't come their way. And while their early game may be great, about the 30-minute mark is really what signals sort of the fall off of their strategies.
He'd be able to get it? Yeah, Yasui's not here. He's going to chase down Panzer Dragon. There's the Gunblade. Lancing for a little bit of a shield, and a Zingy snipes away that kill from Akali there.
I can't see you, but he's a blind monk, so he doesn't need to see him to kill him.
Oh, waiting for Wahula Hula on the side, though. He's like, go over here. Let me see if I can snipe you off. But they steal the red buff. It goes over to Zig, which is the prime target for that buff. And they're spotted up by a ward. They're going to back off, clear off some waves and some minions. possibly send Yasui back to that mid lane, where we do have Annie and Nidalee kind of pushing it out. Nothing really they can do though. Pretty good counter jungling, as well as invading from the side of support. Oh, spear!
Oh
Ooh.
my gosh! All right,
Flash done, Annie? No.
Oh, that was Flash Tibbers material right there, but all you have to do is counter flash that, and then you're an Annie stuck underneath the turret. Not really.
And if it didn't hit, she wouldn't have turret aggro either way.
Or if a Zingy counter gang, just like he's doing now. Wow, he hits that through the minions and is actually.
He does it again. Oh my god. You're gonna see the flash and the gunblade though to chase down onto Arthlon. There's no way he can escape there. Everybody chases
Zingy's a god. Two of those, I want to call them Scuba Chris's, because I think he's the one that really popularized that move.
Scuba kicks.
Yeah, what you do is you start up the dragon kick, and it actually has a little bit of or the dragon's rage, and it has a little bit of a cast animation, and if you flash during that cast animation, it's kind of like doing it with Lux Laser or Xerath, or the old Xerath. It changes the direction that they fly, so you can almost always get that guaranteed insight.
Zingy just runs into the team. The flash on Tibbers, ignite on Yasui. While Hula Hula picks up 1-1. Chuper gets dove there by Dragon Raider. He's going to get sniped out, and looks like he'll be able to escape as well as Zingy getting out on those raids. While flashing from Zig, though, trying to take down Panzer Dragon. He doesn't have the hunt, though. It took a couple more seconds for it to come back up, it looks like. So either way, they back out. They got flash, though, and still, that's a fight in favor of email support either way. But they did shut down Yasui there, and it looks like a pause comes through. Maybe a little bit of lag on the side of email support. Dog on fire for Ziggs is what he says.
Yeah, apparently Zig needs to cool off his dog there. It's actually currently on fire, so usually it's people's cats that get on fire. Or I guess in the case of pretty much everyone who's ever been on Team Curse, they just fall out of their chairs. Curse Academy will be playing a little bit later on, so we'll have to see if we can keep Cop in his chair, even though he's not playing. Somehow, every time he falls over, maybe he's got like the modem behind him, falls out of his chair, turns off the internet, and they have to reconnect. So
the whole team.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to see if we can get everybody back into the game here. I think it was just a little bit of a lag issue. Yasui did just die, so that's actually the second death of the game, or a second kill of the game, going over to Super Team NA. So maybe some signs of weaknesses beginning to show, but 7,000 gold advantage in 20 minutes is a good place to go. It's actually only like 17 minutes. I don't want to estimate too much.
Wow. All right, looks like they're ready to go. As the readies come through, we're going to go switch right back over to that. And I'm looking at items. It's going to be Bloodthirster and Berserker Greaves already for the side of Zig, while it looks like just the BT for High Mecco. So a little bit behind there on the items.
You know what? Somewhat. We'll put it that way.
Just a wee bit.
But it's not the 80 carry rolls that are really going to show that the majority of that. It's really going to be about those mid lanes. With a death cap actually almost completed before the extra cooldowns from Athene's and Holy Grail, it's a little bit of a backwards way to do that build, but because Arthlon got that damage so early, I don't know. It's a bold move, EGAD. We'll see if it pays off.
Building towards possibly a death cap first. He's got the challenge. I'm not sure how I feel about this, because without the MR from a full of Fiends, he still gets blown up
Well,
here.
it's the cooldowns that you really want from that item. Mana regen's nice and everything, but a Zingy, well, Hula Hula is just like a human ward here.
Ward jump to try to steal the Wraith away, excuse me. He's going to get jumped in for that. He kicks away Panzer Dragon, going to attempt his cripple to slow him down just a little bit. There's the spear. It did connect. He safeguards away. Is he going to be able to get out? Lantern to pull him out from Adrian there. So Zingy gets away with his life once again.
2 seconds, he's halfway across the map.
Crazy.
He even safeguarded to a minion back in base just to make it back there faster. Play back into the turret there for High Echo, but it was actually Arthlon who was tanking. The team fight starts and Echo goes down, and it's going to be one jump after another flash actually out there from Panzer Dragon with a flash in. Yasui grabs another kill with a Shadow Dance. Now one more follow-up kill onto a Hula Hula, but it's Super teleporting
Triple ignite. Triple kill. Can he chase down anything else? He's looking for Arthlon. Can he possibly get the quadra kill, though, is the question. He's going deep beneath the tier 2. He gets the quadra kill. Are they going to hand him over the pentakill, the lantern to pull him in? And it looks like he's going to get the pentakill
for Yasui.
On that Akali, and that is what we talk about. When you snowball, you pretty much make an avalanche happen on Akali. And congratulations to another pentakill. This is the second pentakill of NACL?
Second pentakill of the season. So Yasui coming up big. This is looking like season 1, season 2, where Akali's almost on that Katarina level for pentakills, but kind of fallen off, and as a champion that's just kind of seeing a new life in competitive play, Yasui making it look easy.
Yeah, and some help from his team too to give him that one over. That lantern pull in from Adrian was really nice. And 30 seconds left on Dragon Raider. Gonna look to see them possibly pick that one up, while Dragon Raider doing a cheeky move there, stealing blue buff away and denying that one from Arthlon. And as we look around the map now, just what can Super Team NA do with a super Feta Kali who now is building towards Zanya's?
Well, look at it this way. Before that Penta, before that team fight, Yasui was only 1-1-3, so it wasn't very scary at all. But now with that Penta under his belt, upgrades to 6-1-3 with a Hextech Gunblade, now looking for probably a Zanya's Hourglass to come out next.
And there's the Dragon. And is it going to be stolen away? Spear?
Jumping in, doesn't get it, and
he's just going to...
Yeah, that was a valiant attempt.
Woo! That's close.
It was actually pretty close. He either got the Dragon or got a kill, but didn't get either one of those, so rough times for Super Team NA. Now the 2-13 legend is Yasui. Oh my gosh! Look at that damage on Arthlon. He might still go for that, but he's just getting chain CC'd. Knows he has to go. Gets one. Looking for a second. Can't find it. 1-for-1 trade still, but a shutdown going to Arthlon.
All right, so that's some gold. That's the way to get back into this game. Get an extra 500 gold there. And pick up some items. And it's kind of annoying to push against Italy, so I could see Super Team NA trying to use that to their advantage, but they're being denied all their buffs, they're being completely outbursted. They really need to kite fights out, but with, on the hunt from Sivir and a Talisman of Ascension, it's going to be so hard to run away from that top position from the side of email support. Either way, they're pushing down tier 2s, they're taking buffs, they're dropping wards all over the place, and still at a 5-turret lead, Super Team NA still have a lot of work to do.
Now, this is kind of an interesting sort of shift in meta, even as recent as this last patch. While you see a Zingy and Adrian for email support both picking up Boots of Mobility, it's actually going to be Wahula Hula who buys the Boots of Swiftness. And that's really cool because now with Boots of Mobility, if you enter a team fight, you actually lose all of your movement speed from tier 2 boots. You go down to just having bought cloth boots, like regular, normal boots. But with Boots of Mobility, or Boots of Swiftness, you actually get like more move speed in team fights than if you had bought just regular tier 2 boots, so, or even Boots of Mobility. So Wahula Hula's going to have a lot more overall move speed, but less so out of team fights.
I wonder how that's really going to affect him.
Well, the big deal is that for supports, if you buy Boots of Mobility and you drop a ward, it cancels your boots.
Yeah, true.
So that's, I mean, I'm not sure how dropping a ward is entering combat, but
you're preparing for combat.
You're combating the fog of war.
Exactly. Fog of war is an enemy in itself, as many people have felt. We do have Chuper chasing this one down, though. Going to be the Talisman Ascension to run away from this one, but the speed from the Sadism will last quite long, and looks like they will just give up on that one as the final eval.
Zig's bottom lane, like, Ziggs is just going to, or Zig, one of these days he's going to switch to mid, and we'll have Zig playing Ziggs, and then it's just, I don't know, rip my voice.
He'll zigzag all over the map.
It's truly, they'll both Zig and Zag. Maybe Ziggs' brothers named Zags, and then they release that
champion. The best bot lane duo ever.
Please no. Riot, it's already difficult enough. But bottom base turret goes down off of just bad positioning and no rotation there from Super Team NA, and especially the threat that Yasui provides. You're going to have to send a lot of champions to try to stop that.
And Spears come over the wall, though. Arthlon trying to hold this one out. Wards all over the place, and they're not giving up this bot push just yet. Email support feeling strong. And if a hook connects, that could just signal that everything's going to go down. Spear going to get shielded up there. Nice one from Zig. And a few more autos to take. Actually, no, a lot more autos to take Talent Inhibitor. I thought it was chunked a little bit more, but, early on, you don't do as much damage, while Dragon Raider is just ignoring Chuper and going for it. The pressure on the turret, he'll just burn out away. Wait for the next wave and rinse and repeat. Wow. The poke from the side of Super Team trying to hold this off. But it looks like at this point it's just going to be a slow whittle down. While Chuper pops the ultimate, though, looks like Dragon Raider might let it fade and then dive him. Well, maybe.
Dragon Raider went Dragon Trainer. Raider. Dragon Trainer. That's
how to train a dragon.
Yeah, it's actually how to train Panzer Dragon. The Dragon Raider, we'll see if he can raid Panzer Dragon's.
Pantrar.
Yeah, that's. Let's go with that one. But pushing intensifies in the bottom lane as you see Arthlon starting to throw out those spears. Hasn't landed one just yet, but with Adrian front and center, we'll see if he can take one out there. No, it actually lands onto the high priority Zig in the back lane, but with the inhibitor starting to take damage and a lot of range poke in there. Oh, there's Adrian getting chunked out. Teleport comes in from Chuper. There's going to be the Talisman of Ascension pop just to escape, but Counter engage is definitely a potential. Not sure what Dragon Raider's doing. That Wolf Camp, probably not the biggest objective right now.
No. But now they go over to mid and possibly just go to Baron. I feel like there's no wars from the side of Super 10A. It put them in a horrible spot to chase it down. They're going to go towards the tier 2 up top and try to just secure that very easily. I think Super 10A is going to just hand it over, though. Blue buff going to go down. That's going to be tossed over to Zig. Lots of boomerangs coming through while High Echo going to get bursted out there. We're going to see the Shroud come down.
Oh, Yasui.
He's going to get chased away with 3
That's
members.
That's a top base turret, though. Like, this is just incredible bait here. Excellent baits. Impeccable baits from Super Team NA. Or Super Team NA are actually the ones getting baited. They're going to take down this second base turret of the game off of just being, I don't know, bad rotations. They all went bottom to take out Yasui. Yasui is not scared of you, Chuper. I don't care how much of a Dr. Mundo you are. It's just not going to be enough. Death Sentence onto a Hula Hula. Gets healed up there to start, but just goes down.
Wow.
Before anything else happens, Arthalon gets in there and finds a kill onto Adrian. But now the diving intensifies as Echo now forced to flash onto his own Nexus platform. He barriers it out, but it's not enough.
Well, he does pass the blue buff over to Arthalon, who could look to continue the chase here. Dragon Raider going to flash forward, gets the inhibitor. Burnout is still going. A kick to disengage while Yasui's now in the back line. Cannot find the kill on Hemeko. Oh, he drops Ignite. And will he get the double? He got the Zanyas going. One more tick, and it will finish that one up. His beer comes out, though, in response from Arthalon, so he's in a rampage at this point. Picks up 4 kills in that base, while the second inhibitor in the bot lane going to be targeted down. Dragon Raider cannot find the time to take it out. Azingi just taking out the mid turret and will be able to back up just fine. While Dragon Raider Burnout's coming up, he's fine, too, to get out there. Actually... Chase is still continuing. Chasing intensifies.
I don't think about that. The chasing is definitely not intensifying right now. They're just running away after overstaying their welcome just a little bit. Yasui, I feel like having like that big pentakill was actually a bad thing for him because since then he's actually died twice in a row. So I don't know about that. But he is able to go back. He's looking for a Lichbane second. Honestly, if he hadn't got that Penta, he'd probably go for Lichbane after Gunblade. But he picked up that big buy of the Zhonya's Hourglass, and it's a great item to have on a college. It just gives you so many extra cooldowns, gives you, well, it doesn't give you extra cooldowns, it gives you time for your cooldowns to come back out. Dragon Raider raiding the dragon out there.
As a dragon.
It's true. Some Soricide going on there. The dragon will fall for the 4th dragon in a row. Complete shutout on that objective.
Dragon control intensifies even more as it's 4-0. And email support slowly but surely closing out this game. Panzer Dragon maybe lagging. Still have, I feel like a pause.
Pause Bulls? Pausarino? Bulls?
Maybe the teams didn't
maybe he
notice
just
it.
wanted to go back to base and decided to do it, a little bit more of an imaginative way. He's walking back there.
Okay.
We'll see if we can get him back in here in just a second, but team's not pausing the game, meaning that play will continue. It looks like no immediate issues being forced right now, but email support, aka the temp name army, are looking to possibly set up for maybe a Baron come out here.
I feel like that'd be like the easiest objective for them to do, but
they don't have to
Arthalon
worry about a jungler. But
gonna get dashed on
Arthalon.
here. Hex, Tech Gunblade, and the E to pick up the kill. And now Annie putting herself in a spot. Gonna look to see High Echo get 3-shot there. Chasing down with a Hula Hula, just waiting to consume his next target. Drops the Shroud, and the surrender comes out. But 2 kills go over to Yasui. And
He was gonna get the triple there. That would have been
possibly a quadra on Cheaper. I don't know, but.
I don't know about that one, but either way, that is going to do it for our second game of the day. Super Team NA showing some signs of life there in the middle lane, or in the mid game, but with an incredible early game performance from Azingi and just technical prowess all game long. Does look like email support will advance to now, I believe they're 2-7. Yeah, 2-7, so no longer the down at the bottom of the standings, but currently tied for that bottom spot before this game were Super Team NA and Cognitive, both sitting at 1-8. And while Cognitive will play next, they'll be taking on LMQ for not 1 but 2 times today, both next game and then in the last game of the day. Just the scheduling issues, meaning that they'll both play twice. So it'll be some great games and maybe something to get LMQ a little bit back up to form because, I don't know, they've been looking a little bit shaky. But we'll have that game and a whole lot more when NACL continues right after this.